As Jim Gordon continues to zero in on the clown prince of crime, how much of his own soul will he be willing to sacrifice in order to see justice done? Well, let's hop into the pages of the Joker issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up exactly where the last issue left off, Jimbo had managed to track the Joker to where he was hiding in Central America. Unfortunately, Jim has probably some of the worst luck in all of comics, because at the same time, the brand new Daughter of Bane and an armed contingent from Santa Prisca had also shown up to try and get the clown for themselves. We get to see Daughter of Bane do some real damage while the internal monologue is Jim once again serving up some real film noir detective realness. He waxes poetically about morality and if he truly is a good person at the end of the day. His first wife probably wouldn't say he was a good person, and even his own children probably have their doubts, what with all the bad stuff that's befallen them. Perhaps Gordon liked being a cop so much because it was the perfect thing to hide behind. Oh, look, sure, I might not have been there for my family, may have done this or done that, but I was a good person trying to make my city a better place. Right now, though, Gordon finds himself at another moral fork in the road. He has the Joker dead to rights and could easily pull the trigger on him, walk away with a ton of money, and then tell other people that it was the mercs that killed the Joker and not him. Ultimately, though, Jim ends up hesitating just long enough for one of the house guards to get the drop on him. Ultimately, though, that guard is cut down by the arrival of the Texas cannibals. And again, this is why I truly love my job, because I get to say things like Texas cannibals completely unironically. These freaks also want the Joker dead, and it means that we also get treated to a nice little standoff between all the different factions. Joker's not worried though, and why should he? They're fighting him on his turf, and he's already outfitted the place with a bunch of nerve gas bombs to go off in case of a situation just like this one. I find it quite interesting when the tables are turned and the Joker actually has a chance to kill one of his oldest foes in Gordon. He actively chooses not to. Now back in Gotham, we see Barbara and the other Batgirls are doing their due diligence in investigating Cressida, the woman who hired Jim in the first place. She's a ghost with nothing really tying her to the Court of Owls or anything else. Though clearly Barbara is getting much too close to unlocking the secrets of this conspiracy, because a Talon assassin is dispatched to her clock tower to do her in. Now when we head on back to Jim, he just comes to after the nerve gas attack. Luckily, he's doing much better than one of the Texas cannibals, as the Joker has gone out of his way to give this guy some facial reconstruction by using a bunch of white-hot wires to tie his mouth shut. Yee, that is one of the most horrifying images I've seen in a comic in a very long time. Now, why on earth didn't the Joker take the opportunity to kill Gordon when he had the chance? Well, you're positively gonna love this. You see, Mr. J likes the idea that Gordon has stopped being a cop and gotten into PI work, and he wants to hire him for a new job. Basically, he wants him to find the true culprits behind the Arkham Asylum gas attacks and clear his name once and for all, because, well, the Joker just wouldn't have pulled off a crime like that, killing people in their sleep with poison gas. Where's the punchline? Where's the comedy to it? Understandably, Jim has a hard time believing the Joker is innocent of anything, let alone this gas attack, but eventually the truth does start seeping in that perhaps he's being used in a bigger proxy game by some very powerful players. In fact, this spurs on Joker to go on a very interesting little monologue wherein he talks about the difference between laws and rules. The Joker breaks the law all the time, and it never really affects him that much, because if you're part of the costume-wearing set in the DC universe, the law is very manageable. Jim has spent his life as a servant of the law, and yet at the same time he's often been something of a hypocrite when it comes to using an agent like Batman to operate outside the law to get the sort of criminals he never could. The rules, though, the Joker said, is why he's being targeted right now. Some very rich, powerful, and influential people felt that the Joker was breaking their rules with his latest actions. Which is, of course, why so many people are gunning for him right now. The Joker wants Gordon to untangle this web of deceit and conspiracy, knowing full well that once Gordon realizes the truth, it will shatter and destroy his worldview more than any naked walk through amusement mile ever could. And if coming this far, doing all this, and ultimately being spared by his metaphorical white whale wasn't enough to really wound Gordon, salt gets rubbed in it further when the Daughter of Bane is the one who has to actually untie him and let him go. As the comic winds down, the daughter of Bane even tells the former commissioner that he's in over his head, and if he keeps going down this road, the darkness is going to swallow him and everyone else up before he knows it. And so that was the Joker issue number 4, everybody. Another fun, action-packed, deeply interesting neo-noir take on Gordon and his relationship to the superhero and supervillain community. In terms of structure, I think it's kind of interesting that so much of this book has been building up to Gordon's big final showdown with the Joker, and he got it in this issue, but it was nothing like what he thought it was going to be. Naturally, I didn't think he was ever going to kill the Joker or anything. I just find it kind of interesting that once Gordon finally got what he thought he was looking for, he found out it was just the tip of a much bigger iceberg. This is good too because it means there's a lot of places the story can go now. Does Gordon actually return to Gotham and try and look into this mystery further? Does he try and track down the Joker? Will both of them end up being forced to team up once again if it means saving Barbara and defeating the Court of Owls, who seem to be the real string pullers and all this? I don't know. For what it's worth, I would give this one another very positive 8.5 out of 10. Good stuff.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.